It was a dark night. A couple were having their dinner in their home when there was a sudden knock at the door. When the wife opened the door, a sage asked for some help. He hadn't asked for anything specific. At this point, the wife invited the sage and offered him some food that she had just cooked. The food she had made was nothing but the special food popular among the Newar community of Nepal, Yomari. Now you might find it hard to believe because of that one incident, Yomari Punhi is celebrated today. But this is not the whole story. In today's video, we'll talk about the history of Yomari Punhi and the importance of this blessing that the Newar community has given to the Nepali society. Hello everyone, let me cover this long story in short. Yomari Punhi, aka Yomari Purnima. It is an important harvest festival celebrated by the Newari community, when almost all of the year's work in the field is done, when the rice has been harvested and brought home. Specifically, Yomari Parva is the festival celebrating harvest, gratitude, and the sweet delight of steamed Yomari. In most other places, harvest celebrations means various foods, dances, and grand feasts. But Yomari Punhi is celebrated with just one thing, Yomari. And perhaps this is what it makes it the most special. Now, Yomari might seem like just an ordinary food item, right? But wait, its unique shape, its filling, and its special way of making carry their own symbolism. Some Yomari are shaped like fish, some are shaped like deities, and some even like human figures. Different shapes, different meanings. Similarly, the fillings inside also vary. Some have molasses, some have kua, which is a bit more cooked version of condensed milk. Some has sesame, and sometimes even lentils, each with its own significance. And to understand this, we need to hear a legend from 800 years ago. According to one legend, in the Panchal Nagar of that time, today's Panoti, there lived an ordinary couple, Suchandra and Krita. They were simple farmers, and that year their harvest had been exceptionally good. Then Krita thought, we should make something to celebrate this happiness. She began working on creating something entirely new just by using rice flour, molasses, and sesame, fish-shaped, with a spire-like top resembling a temple pinnacle, filled with molasses inside, and then steamed and cooked. There, the world's first Yomari was being made. Just then, someone knocked at their door. Outside stood a tired beggar in torn clothes. Ordinary people wouldn't even open their doors for some unknown strangers in such conditions. But Suchanda and Krita invited him inside. They welcomed him respectfully, seated him, and gave him the Yomari that was just being made. The beggar ate that Yomari. He was very pleased. And then he revealed his true form. That beggar was no ordinary person. He was none other than Kuber, the god of wealth and prosperity who had come in disguise. Kuber was very pleased. He blessed them with prosperity, protection, and wealth. After which Kuber said, whoever makes Yomari in the shape of gods and goddesses on this full moon night will never lack wealth and prosperity in their home. And from that day, the Newari community began celebrating this full moon as a festival. But the interesting part doesn't end here. You might wonder why specifically the full moon night, and why specifically the third month's full moon night, why specifically the third month's full moon as per the Nepal Sambat calendar. Behind all these lies a deep cosmic reason. Yomari Purnima is not celebrated on any full moon day. It's only celebrated on the full moon of the special month, which is the third month as per the Nepal Sambat calendar. Why? This particular full moon day marks the time when the rice is completely harvested. The fields are empty. All farm work is done. At this point, the granaries at home are full, and the full moon itself signifies life being complete and abundant. Thus, making and eating Yomari together as a family during the Yomari Purnima is not just fun. It is also a deep prayer, thanking the goddess of grain Mother Annapurna and praying to Kubera, the god of wealth, wishing for the same abundance, protection, and prosperity in the coming year. This is what all the communities do on this day. And the most beautiful part? This festival connects the earth, humans, and gods. Using the rice that came from the soil, humans make yomari. And that same yomari is offered to the gods as a prasad. These three elements together create a complete cycle of gratitude. But now comes the real magic, the shape of Yomari. Why a fish? Why gods and goddesses? And why two types of Yomari known as the Mayo and Bayo? In Newar cosmology, fish has a special meaning. Fish represents abundance, prosperity, and auspiciousness. The top part of Yomari is shaped like a temple spire, which signifies the connection between earth and deities. And that's not all. Some families also make yomari in the shape of gods and goddesses. These are specially prepared to offer during puja. And the simpler versions of yomari are used for eating and sharing with neighbors, relatives, and friends. Now listen to this. On Yomari Purnima day, people make two special types of yomari, Mayo and Bayo. Mayo yomari is filled with red or black lentils. This is compared to female energy and is considered a symbol of female fertility. Similarly, Bayo yomari consists of molasses. Bayo yomari is compared to the male energy and represents male fertility. These two yomari signifies the presence of both feminine and masculine energy. Life's balance, creation, cosmic energy, everything is hidden within one simple yomari. Yomari Purnima is not just a one-day festival. It is a 4-day spiritual journey, and each day has its own importance and rituals. On the first day, all families begin making yomaris. In every houses, you can hear the sound of rice being ground, the smell of molasses being heated, and the joy of families sitting together giving it different shapes. This day is not just about making yomari, it is a day of preparing to express gratitude. On the second day, the real celebration begins. Yomaris shaped like deities are made and offered to gods like Ganesha, Kubera, and Annapurna. Houses are decorated with lamps, and finally, prayers begin. On the third day, the puja continues. And this day is especially for receiving blessings from elders. Various dances and traditional performance also begin on this day. The third day has a tradition of families and relatives gathering together to celebrate. And on the final day, the fourth day, the final celebration takes place. Dances and songs continue. Prasad is received. Yomari is shared with all families, relatives, and friends. And finally, blessings are taken from elders. Think about it. 4 days, a complete spiritual reset. This is not just a festival, this is transformation. And this is why Yomari Purnima is so powerful. But how does the community participate during these 4 days? What are the roles of children, youths, and elders? And what exactly is the famous term Yomari Fonegu? Now let's talk about that. On Yomari Purnima day, children go from houses to houses singing songs saying Yomari Fonegu. Its direct meaning is give me some Yomari. It's just like going houses to houses on a trick or treat. There's a belief that giving Yomari to children who come for Yomari Fonegu brings the blessings of Lord Kuber. Some also say this tradition is about meeting someone you like, you are attracted to us, and you're seeking love. Along with this, in places like Harisiddhi, something even extraordinary happens. The sacred marks dances. At night, these dances are performed while narrating stories of ancient gods and goddesses. Thus, lamps are lit in every home. The pujas offered to ancestors, the yomari being offered to gods, all of these give this festival tremendous depth. The day after Yomari Purnima is something different altogether. This day is called Matina Paru, which means Newari Valentine's Day. On Matina Paru, young men and women give each other the yomari that they have made themselves. They give it to the person they like, as a subtle hint. In the earlier times, when people couldn't openly express love, yomari would say what people couldn't. But here's the truth. As Nepal becomes more urbanized, the trend of youth moving to cities or abroad has increased. And because of this, some aspects of these festivals are fading. Yomari festival is still celebrated, but Yomari Fonegu, Matina Paru, the mask dances, these unique elements are slowly fading away. Everyone knows the tradition of making fish-shaped yomari, but many don't even know that yomari is also made in the shape of gods and goddesses. The tradition of keeping yomari in the granary, offering it to God, perhaps People outside the Newar community don't know about this either. Now you might think, why does one need to know about this? It's because Yomari Purnima is not just a tradition, it is an identity. For the Newar community, it's a medium to connect with their roots, honor their ancestors, and pass on heritage to future generations. Now let's discuss what can the Newar community teach the entire nation and entire world through this one festival. This one festival teaches that prosperity is not just about having more, but also about sharing what you have with others. Whether it's understanding the life cycle, honoring ancestors, or building relationships that last a lifetime, Yomari Punni teaches us all of this. In our modern life, we order food for ourselves, buy it, eat it, and remain busy in our own lives. And amidst all this, things like expressing gratitude in society, sharing what we have, and prioritizing our social relationships, these keep falling behind. We've forgotten such things, but this one festival reminds us that life's true prosperity and happiness lies in sharing our resources. So now it's your turn. Think what you have in your life that you can share with someone. What can be your own Yomari? What is something that can be your own Yomari? Something simple, meaningful, sacred that can connect you with your community. Because the real message of Yomari Purnima, even the simplest thing that we can do, making food with our own hands, sharing with others, spending time with society, and ultimately making our life meaningful. Long story short, Yomari Punni isn't just a festival. It is a tradition that keeps humanity alive in today's fast moving world. For this festival that has the power to connect Earth, humans, and God is a great gift that the Newar community has given to the entire world, which all of the Nepalese have been appreciating and shall continue to do so. Thank you so much, everyone.